Flosstube, it's Teresa from Teresa's Stitching Lifestyle. Welcome back. It's been almost a month since I last filmed. Today's date is the 5th of March 2023. Life just got in the way, as it does sometimes, we all know this. Still been stitching, still been buying, yeah, still got that problem, but it's all good. Today's episode we have a fully finished. Let's come back from the framers. Some previous finishes to show you. I've taken some things off the wall so you can have a little bit of a closer look at them. I've got some whips and a new start. So let's get started. We will start with the newest framed product. So this was done by Frame in Christchurch, New Zealand. My favourite framers, as you all know. So, and Tong Uffindell. Sorry about the glare, guys. There's not much I can do about that. All sorts of inside lights on. So, Anne has been done on 36 count that I dyed myself, only slightly. I didn't want it real dark, but I didn't want it just the antique white. I wanted it just a slight change of colour, so it's only very light. Now she was finished in 2022. She has 1/1 in several different places, sort of sides, and here and here as well. 1/1 in the writing in the middle, freehand embroidery around all the red contusion, I think they call it. But she's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, Frame. Another wonderful, amazing job. Right, we're just going to pop her back here on the stool. Hopefully she's going to be a good girl and stay in place. Right. So another one I took off the wall, which is even bigger. I do like my big girls. Is Elizabeth, whoops, sorry for that, Elizabeth Watson. So I think the easiest way to do her is for me to jump up. So we go this way. Now she is stitched on 36 count using DMC. She is gorgeous. She was also finished in 2022. Beginning of the year, near the end of the year for Anne. But another one that was gorgeously framed by Frame. So, once again, thank you, ladies. Sorry, just do a bit of a shuffle around. Now I have a couple of older ones, because the wall you see behind me is not the only wall in my house that has cross stitch on it. In what I class as my spare room, craft room, the room with everything else in it that you can't find a home for, is a lot of my older whips that have been framed. So they're a collaboration on a wall. I will film in front of that one day so that you can see it and slowly bring them out and show you. So this one here is by Teresa Wentzler. And it's called The Castle. This little girl, she took me 10 years to stitch. I just kept putting it off. You know, Teresa Wentzler has a lot of blends. She has a lot of backstitch in her designs. And this was just one of those ones that I just couldn't sink my teeth into it. But she's done. So she's not professionally framed, she's just framed by me. But I do need to go and probably get another mat, I think. Just left her in there on the white mat, but she is still gorgeous. I have several Teresa Wentzlers that I want to still do, but not that I have started yet. The castle. I love the dragon around the castle. It's absolutely gorgeous. So he was finished in, let me just check, I haven't written, but I think he was finished about 2000. He was one of those ones that I just did a little bit each year. Wasn't worried if I didn't really get any progress, and then just suddenly it was done. Okay, so in my bedroom, on one of my walls, particularly it's the one above my bed, is where most of my mirabilias are. For a few years I just stitched the fancy ladies. I love them. Still got a lot more to go, but I love them. So this one is a deer, the garden fairy. So she is stitched on 32 count. The beads are totally different. The treasures, I didn't go for what they called for. I just picked out what I could find, but she is gorgeous. So she hangs proudly with my other mirabilias above my bed. Okay, so that's my 4 previous finishes. Let's just have a little look at the little piles where we're going to go. Let's go with the newest finish. So, I got another sampler finished. And this one is Mary Snow from Hands Across the Sea. Sorry for the wrinkles. I haven't had time to pull the iron out. But she is done. Yay! She was stitched on 40 count using antique white and DMC threads. But she is gorgeous. She will look lovely up on the wall with the samplers. So yay! 1 crossed off the list. In theory, down to 26 whips. Getting closer to my goal. Okay. So, out of kind of order, because they're just all around me, is my whips. So we will start with Consider the Lilies. Now she is being stitched on 36 count antique white. Excuse the messy threads. She's been in my travel bag. Still love all her colours using the DMC threads. So, when you last seen her last month, we had done most of the border around the outside apart from all of the flowers, like there's the odd gaps, right? And we'd finished up here apart from my name and year, and we still need to then start with Eve and all the stuff on the other side. So I decided to go down, and we worked on the basket of fruit, which as you can see skipped over, and I still need to go back and fill in some more fruit. Love this little peacock, cute as. Done the vase for the big pile of flowers that go up the side of the house, and decided, you know what, let's just get this big house done. Didn't get it finished, but we're almost there. Part of the roof, the door, and then some of the mortar. I've still got some of the mortar to fill in, but that's good. We're getting there. More progress. So yay, Consider the Lilies. So that is where we are now. It's looking good. So I'm still stitching that one with DMC threads. As you know, one of my favourites. I'm just going to try and put all of its bits back together and on the floor. Hopefully the cat doesn't come along and curl up. Okay, one of my other whips that I worked on, make sure I've got the right threads with me, yes, is the Rose Wreath Sampler by Gigi R. This one is just gorgeous. Didn't get a lot of progress. Here's the lovely DMC threads, and not just the DMCs, we've also got some of the called for threads as well. Right, so on this one I got some more of the 1/1 stitching. This is on 40 count, remember. So 1/1 stitching of the wording. There's still another whole line starting here to come across. We'll get that done next time. Started to bring the internal divider, if you like, the border. In the middle here, it comes to about where my thumb is. Finished working on the houses, the tree, and I've brought the grass further over. So not a lot. I'm just trying to think what else I worked on. Oh, I started filling in, it's kind of hard to see the colour, but there is actually a creamy colour that goes around the edge of the flowers on the border, so I've started filling in that along the top. But we're getting there. Every little stitch counts. So that was the Rose Wreath Sampler. Sorry, I'm leaning out of the road. Just trying to make myself a little bit of space. Okay, so another one that I pulled out and worked on, which was in the first week of the month for the Hands Across the Sea first week of the month sale on Instagram with Laura, the Serial Starter, oh my gosh, Nisi, you can't think of the names of everybody, but there's a lot of us that are doing this. It's made me want to work even more on my Hands Across the Sea samplers, which I have a lot of them, so that's good. But I pulled out Jane Bannister. So she is another gorgeous one. Her colours, even though this is only in the DMCs, which, you know, easy access in New Zealand especially, and all over the world, but definitely in New Zealand. Just beautiful, beautiful blues, aquas, yellows stand out amazing, the reds, oh, just lovely. So Jane, just get my details, is being stitched on 40 count antique linen. So when you've seen her last, I had only done this border down here. Okay, so I skipped and I worked on that beautiful basket of flowers. They're so gorgeous. So it's one big element done in the sampler. So as I go, I think I'm going to go across. I think I'm going to try and get these guys done. Probably up to where the other basket starts, and then I'll bring this border along. So that we're kind of doing a little bit of border as we go. Because normally I would do a border first, but this border is so detailed, and it's quite stop-start with your colours. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this girl. But loving how she's turning out. She's just gorgeous. Those beautiful colours. So, what did we work on next? Alright, so then I thought, well, actually, I was flipping through Instagram, as you do, and we started seeing the sneak peeks for market. And I seen needlework press, and I thought, crikey, there's a couple in there I want, which is good. My order's coming, Karen, by the way. I will flick it to you. And I thought, oh, I need to get going. I need to get stitching. I've got 2 that go in the series and I haven't finished any of them. Number 3's come out, so I better get going. So I pulled out, open them up so you can see the full picture. In all things, be exceedingly diligent. I've had this for so long and had it started for so long and just not done anything. It's shocking, absolutely shocking. So we got going. So I have now worked along the border on the bottom, done the words along the bottom, and then come along here and started with some of the ABC and some of the bits in the middle. It's kind of hard to tell. That's along here, up here, and then coming back along this way. I want to kind of get the ABC done in this bottom 2/3. Then maybe come along and do this and then just finish off with the easy alphabet at the top. That's what I'm thinking. Who knows? May happen, may not happen. So these 2 are being stitched on 40 count that I dyed myself. Unfortunately, I never knew that there was another one coming, so I haven't got any more. And I didn't write down my formula that I used to make my colour. So the next one, excuse me, itchy eye, the next one may just be a little bit different. We'll see. Okay, so we worked on him. Then I thought, well, I better get some more done on this one. And this one is end, be kind to one another. So once again, being stitched on the 40 count, dyed by me. So I turn this up this way. So down to here, actually I think I had part of this done, but pretty much from there upwards, that there is where I was before I started working on it this round. So then, I'll just adjust the material. Oops. So from, there's the house, it's sort of in the middle, so we've come down, because there's more alphabet and stuff that all goes in through here. And then we started on the flowers at the bottom and worked my way down, and I'm working through the alphabet. So there's still some big picture motifs and that to go along the bottom here. So maybe it doesn't, maybe this month, maybe next month, we'll see. But we're getting closer. So I look at it. So yeah, still got all of this down here to go. But that won't take long. And then this bit. And we're done. So maybe. Right, just adjusting the piles. I think that's this. That's that one. Okay. Sorry, but wiggly jiggly today. Let's have a look. Right, so the next one that I worked on, I pulled out the Sample Company by Brenda Keys, and in this one is called the Contented Mind Sampler. So right behind my head is the red brick sampler that's done by Brenda as well. Gorgeous. So it's been a couple of years since I've stitched one of these. So pulled it out and we worked on all the wording on the bottom. This little wee lovely flower. Filled in the trees. I had the outline or like the stem and some of the branches. So started filling in. Still got this little wee one here to work on. So all of the wording is in the top part is done. So now we'll do a bit more fill in here and fill down here and possibly along the bottom of that, and then we'll, that fits, And then we've got another seam of in under here to do. So we'll try and get that done. So she is being stitched on, let's have a look, 46 count hot bristle by Fox and Rabbit, which is gorgeous. It's not coming up as a sort of a greeny colour, but enjoying. I'm enjoying all my samplers. I actually enjoy all my stitching, but I love working on my samplers. Okay, so then let's have a look. Right, so I thought I need to pull out one of my big goals for the year, and I looked and I thought, I don't want to work on my heaven and earth design. I know I need to, and I will pull it out, and I will put it on a stand, and it will be stitched. It'll be sitting out here, a bit like my little mirabilia behind me, that I have put maybe 10 stitches into, so I'm not showing you it at the moment. Like I've done the outline border, but I'll show you progress next time. I literally worked on it for like 20 minutes, that was it, before work one day. So I decided I needed to pull out my next biggest goal, which is to finish Sarah Brazier. And she is from Hands Across the Sea, and she was Queen of the May for 2018. She's gorgeous. I know I say everything's gorgeous, but they're just gorgeous. I'm stitching her on 56 count, just white. This is my first big project on 56 count. I have done a couple of little things, but this is my first big one. So I wanted to stick to the white to make sure that it was easy to see and I could, you know, do a good job. So it's going to be hard to just stand up. Right, so what I've done is I finished off the deer. I finished off this tree here. These little wee birds, same on this side, and the squirrels. But hard to see that they're squirrels, but they're squirrels. Let me see. Some of the 1/1 wording. Not all of it, but we're getting there with it. Trying to do just a little bit each time. And I went back and I've actually filled in these couple of things over here. This bird, you should call it kind of like a star thing. It's kind of a bit weird shaped. Another little wee bird here, but a lot of the little wee crosses, I filled those in on this part as well. So the goal, I haven't kind of made up my mind whether I want to come along, because a lot of this gets repeated, this side gets repeated on this side, whether I want to kind of finish along here and then come up and finish the top, which I think is going to be easiest because this yellow sort of stitching you see here comes around and is on the top of this one. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to come across this way, then come bring this lot around and across, and then I'll go back and fill in the birds at the top. Then there's still more stitching underneath the deer. But we're getting there. It's coming to life. It's gorgeous. And I'm enjoying stitching on her. She does, oh sorry, she does go on my my stand, so can't take her when I go anywhere. She stays on my Lowry stand, and we just work her off that. Okay, so my last, well, this one's definitely going to be a shorter video than normal for me. My last whip was a new start, so I'll just grab that. So I've been working on this because it's been the first of the month. So for the last, sorry, itchy head. For the last 4 days, I've been working on, what are we called? Florence Mary Dickinson from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. Now she was an exclusive for Hobby House Needleworks. She's beautiful. She's been stitched on 46 count tabby cat creme brulee. So it was a blank screen when we, or blank when we started. So what were we? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, kind of got along here, and then sort of started, oh no, did the bird, then did this, and then thought, well, I'm going to start on this big one here. So I worked on that Friday night and Saturday, and then started in on the next one in the middle, which is balancing act here, this lovely one here. She's been, yeah, like I said, 46 count creme brulee from Tabby Cat. Love the mottling. Let's grab them. So 100 threes. Yay. But she will go away for, what is today? 5th. So I've still got 2 more days. For the first of the week. So we might work on this some more today. And I'll see how I feel at the end of the day. Otherwise, I might still stitch on her till the 7th. Don't know. But I could use her for my hands across the sea first week of the month. Stitch long. Haven't decided. But enjoying stitching on her as well. So that, I do have new purchases. If you're in Christchurch, the Hands Across the Sea. No. I bought Hands Across the Sea samplers. Art and Frame. Gosh, mind blank then. Art and Frame in Rickerton Road, Christchurch, are having a 50% off their charts and kits until the 12th, I think it is, 11th or 12th of March. This is their pre-stock date sale. So well worth going and having a look. There's lots of choices. I promise I did leave you something to buy. I didn't buy everything. But I did buy a couple more. This is just some. I don't bring everything out. But these are some more of the samplers I brought to stitch. Hopefully Blair's not going to be too bad. This one is a Jennifer Gilbert. I hadn't seen her before. And I might be inside the book, but I can't see a publication date. She might be an older chart because it's only got this was the Swell DJ and the DMC, so it hasn't got the 100 threes on the pattern, so it may be an older chart. But oh my gosh, she is beautiful. So of course I had to bring her home for my collection. I'm looking forward to this. This is a, I mean, for intermediate stitcher, but this has got cross stitch, satin stitch, stem stitches. What do we got? Chain stitch, Sumatra stitch. So she's going to be a good variety. But love the pinks and the blues all through her. It's got freehand stitching as well. So a good one to get into. Another one I wanted was Sarah Dawes. I've been eyeing this one up for ages and keep something else new comes along, of course, and you want it. But she's gorgeous. So she will she might not be too far away from being started, that one. So then I got this one. I found it at the back of the pile. And I've seen her before and I've eyed it up and I thought, oh, no, it hasn't got really any reds. I love red in the samplers, but it hasn't got lots of red. And I thought, I actually picked it up and I pulled it out and I read it, what's on the back. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. Before I show you the picture, I'm going to tell you all the stitches. So we've got cross stitch. We've got chain stitch, satin stitch, French knots, four-sided stitch, Algerian eyelets. I need to do this one. I love the specialty stitches. So she is Sarah Borton 1815. But she's gorgeous. I love the house. Even the little people. The flowers. It's kind of hard to see. but when you look at the pattern, the flowers are absolutely gorgeous. Lots of variety, lots of different stitches. Can't wait to start this one either, but I won't be for a little bit. I'm going to do another couple of finishes yet, majorly. Looking around, I think that's all that I have to show today. So thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I haven't talked too fast. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for pressing subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it won't be as long a distance between the last time and this one. I should have more things to show you next time. I will put these couple of big ones back up on the wall. Here they go. And we'll pull something else down and have a look at that in a little bit more detail. So thank you very much. Just keep stitching. One stitch at a time. That's all you need to do. And you'll get through these whips. Thank you. And good luck stitching. Bye.